At the end of Season 2, we have this new boss to fight, Mekkatorque. This guy is amazing, and we have so many heroes that are doing crazy things against him. I just did a video on Sigrid. Sigrid is killing this boss. She's doing 3 ultimates back to back to back every rotation. Serious damage. We've got other people like Usha doing crazy damage against this boss. And then we even have heroes that do something like Fear over and over that's making this boss do 30% less damage. But for every application of Fear, Blind, or Charm that you try to apply, you can't apply it. It won't go up on the boss. But when you try to apply one of these 3, it'll do 30% less damage. But somebody like Zarloth, where he applies multiple applications, you can actually get to the point to where this guy will do 90% less damage to you, which is wild. I didn't know this on stream. We're over on my Discord where everybody's talking about it, posting teams. Go to Discord. It's down below. Come and join us. Post all your teams. You can talk about it with us. It's so much fun. So I'm working on my teams right now. And from our stream earlier today, we've been working on this spreadsheet. Another important thing about this boss is every time you apply a unique debuff on it, it'll take 10% additional damage. This can be the higher and lower versions of debuffs, and you don't have to have these debuffs up. You just have to apply it one time, and the boss will take 10% additional damage. Decrease attack 1, 10% additional damage the whole fight. Decrease attack 2, another 10% damage the whole entire fight. That's 20% damage if you apply those 2 debuffs anytime during the fight. Again, they don't have to stay up. They just have to be applied one time. So with all those additional debuffs, we've got some really good heroes to put up this to get to like 70% additional damage. That's why I have the spreadsheet here that we started on stream. I'm going to do videos on a lot of teams like I did with Sigrid. So if you want to watch that all poison team, free to play to 140 million, go watch that one. And then we're going to do multiple teams. So right now I'm just trying to plot out what I want to use. You only need 230 accuracy because we get 40 accuracy from the Otherworld exploration. And then we get 50 accuracy from our elemental advantage. 230 is max, but you really don't need 230 on people to where, like Letalis on that video, I didn't need him applying his debuffs that often, just one time. So I didn't even have his accuracy very high at all. But if you do want somebody that's going to apply their debuffs often, like a decrease attack, make sure you're at 230 accuracy, which remains in the crown's double up, just like we talked about. They're 2 separate debuffs, unique ones. The problem is you got to make sure that you try to apply the crown when Witch's Remains is not on. So try to get in there when it's not on, and that'll be another additional 10% the whole entire boss fight. The Fear, Blind, and Charms, 30% less damage taken stack. That's what I'm talking about with Zarloth. He does the ultimate. We put a whole bunch of skill haste on him. We get that ultimate pulsing multiple times. We get all these stacks of 30% less damage. I feel like it's kind of like cheating. Kind of like Sigrid's cheating, doing those 3 ultimates every rotation on the boss. Then we have all these other heroes that we started talking about when we were doing our stream, when we were testing out heroes. Of course, Pargu. We actually pulled out Pargu, scrolled him, and used him. But he doesn't need scrolls. I didn't mean to scroll him because he doesn't get an additional percentage to apply debuffs. Pargu, Ripekiss, and Stagamuffin apply all those different debuffs, like 5 different debuffs. So you're going to get up 50% damage on this boss just from this one hero. So if you can put them in your team, put them in there. Plus, these do good AoE damage, and this boss is all about AoE damage. I'm not going to go over the particulars of the fight. Just go watch my Sigrid video, and you'll understand everything you need to do to take out all the orbs when the boss takes it out, because we're not even worried about doing damage on the boss. We just want damage on those orbs. And being that these guys can put up all these debuffs and also have an AoE ability to help us do massive amount of damage on the 6 orbs that are out, very strong. Donella does 3. She also has an AoE that hits the whole entire board. This one, Kryza, we get her for free from the pillars. I did a video on her like 3 weeks ago talking about Ancient Battlefield 9, how to beat it as free to play, and she was key in that. Here she's going to do 3 debuffs. She does a small AoE on her battle skill to get a little more damage in there. But really, what we want to look for are heroes like Zarloth. Zarloth is doing the 1 debuff, the recharge speed penalty, but also can stack up to take way less damage, which is crazy. Questa, whenever those orbs die, everybody on your team gets a heal over time. So that's 6 heal over times every time you do a rotation. That's a crazy amount of healing. She should be able to maybe even solo heal for our whole entire team. I don't see why she wouldn't be. Might be stronger than Zarloth to have Questa. Plus, she's going to bring us 1 debuff in there, that decrease attack. She's going to, heal herself? She does a lot. Like, Questa is very strong. full damage, get her in there and get all those heals. I can't wait to try it out. I haven't tried it out yet. I just wanted to get this video out because there's only so many hours in the day. I did a long stream this morning, which I'm going to upload to YouTube along with these 2 videos I'm doing right now. Sigrid, we already know. We already know she goes in there and just launches that. Etches, I think, is going to be really cool because she does do 2 debuffs. Ultimate will blind, so we take less damage. But then also, when there's a debuff up on the boss, we take 10% less damage. So with the blind ultimate, taking 30% less damage, with her passive up all the time, that should be pretty nice. And she should do decent damage as well. Gum, I was thinking about because he does a debuff on his battle skill, and then his AoE hits like a big AoE. But he does blind on his battle skill as well. Thing is, with these blinds, this, what else do we have? Blind, charm, and fear. If they're on a battle skill, it doesn't matter how long it lasts because we're not really applying it. We're just trying to apply it to the boss. We can't apply it immediately. The boss gets a debuff for 10 seconds. These battle skills, if you have them scrolled, are for 10 seconds. So we'll have 100% uptime with all these heroes to take 30% less damage. Now, with a lot of teams I've made, I haven't had to worry about taking 30% less damage yet. But the boss will get stronger once it gets down to 50% HP. And this might help out because we're also, like I said, we're also doing something where we're getting that AoE damage after that. Toll War, I know. Toll War, right? Maybe Toll War with its 3 debuffs along with its blind and its AoE damage can actually do something on this boss. I've never built Toll War for damage. I don't know if he can do damage, but if we can, then we're going to get a lot of debuffs. We're going to get that blind on the battle skill to take less damage. And then his AoE is going to hit all the orbs and we're going to do some serious damage there. Holdork's amazing here. Same thing, right? We've got a battle skill blind. He does an AoE move to hit everyone. Multiple debuffs. This new spider lady, I love her. She's great. She's got an ultimate that can hit 5 of the 6 orbs because we were hitting that many with Sagamir. She can put up the debuffs. We can't knock back the ultimate gauge. We can't knock it back, but it's on a 30-second rotation. So it's easy to stay in line with the boss. It's easy to set up our times so that we can decrease attack the boss. And what I found the best to do for a decreased attack for 10 seconds is to do it in between the 3rd and the 4th ultimate because he takes so long to do that 3rd. Once he casts the 3rd, he'll spear in and hit you, but it's almost at the same time that he's coming up to that 4th ability. So right there, right when the orbs disappear is when you want to do decrease attack. Then you're going to 3, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the ultimate ability. You're going to have decrease attack up, so you're not going to take a lot of damage. That's the best time to do it. Berengar, awesome, right? A lot of unique debuff that he has for himself with the heal, the negative heal thing. And then also he's going to do good AoE damage. And then he's got a fear on his battle skill. We've got a rare right here that'll do 3 debuffs. 2 of them are the lower level debuffs. That's good. Then we go back to Donella, Stagamuffin, and the rest of these. If you have any guys that you know will do really well, let us know down below. Something tricky like we have over here with Sigrid, that we have with Zarloth. I'm sure there's some other ones out there that are doing really well. Obviously, Pargu, Ripkes, Stagamuffin are going to do amazingly. Donella, all those ones that will do a lot of debuffs, plus AoE damage on their ultimates. I've got these teams. Like this Ice Blast team that I ran did 105 million. I didn't save it. I saved this Poison team at 140 million, which is from that video. I'm going to make a Frost team with Drist or Vedemir, along with Usha and Rava. Usha's killing it. If you put her down where the orbs are, she'll hit all of them and do massive damage to them. It's pretty insane. Of course, with Burn, Karf, Durham, Horatius, Zarloth on that team, like we talked about earlier. Hubberg, we did play that on stream. Hubberg, Higio was doing insane damage. Higio does damage around him, but he jumps over and hits all the orbs. Unlike Horatius here, which I still don't like, this is the Burn guy, the new Burn Lizard who does damage around himself, but he won't jump in there and hit everyone. So he's only going to hit 3 out of the 6 orbs, where Higio will jump over there and hit all 6 of them and do damage. I won't say as comparable as Hubberg, but really high. Not far behind Hubberg. He is killing it. And Welby, I don't know if Welby can get that 50% additional ultimate and hit the orbs twice. Can he? Let me know. That would be nuts. If Welby can hit the guys because he has Rally on, get 50% ultimate gauge, he would have to gain 50% really quickly before the orbs go away. And I don't know if he has enough time, if we have to get good skill haste on him for him to do that. But if he can hit 2 times, sometimes he's going to do crazy damage. And Shoutar does a little bit of AoE, but there's nobody left in Dauntless really to do AoE damage. So I don't know what I'm going to do about my last team. I have a lot of summons. Summons are working too. We can do some stuff with summons. I'll put out the videos tomorrow. I'll be able to play this on the test server as well, so we'll be able to test everything. But that's what we've got so far. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know again if you have any of these crazy heroes, and join us in Discord. Come over and talk with us. Everybody's talking about all the heroes they're using. They're posting all their teams, their formations, their gear. It'll make it easier on all of us, and it'll help everybody out. So come over here onto Discord. That is down below. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Appreciate your time, your love, your support. I will see you all in a video soon.